Get out of my way. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, bruising runner Leonard Fournette, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars coming out for the first time, and it's Gardner Minshew leading the way. Gardner Minshew the second, to be precise. Minshew, the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year a season ago at Washington State. And he didn't get long to acclimate himself to the NFL. He was in there week 1 following the shoulder injury to Nick Foles, and he's acquitted himself quite well here in his short time at the reins. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Get ready, get ready.
So here are the Jets under new head coach Adam Gase. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback, Sam Darnold, out of USC. At the start of last season, Darnold became the youngest quarterback in the Super Bowl era to start the first week of a season. But we definitely saw some inexperience, particularly at the start. He even threw a pick-6 on his first NFL throw, if you remember. But as the year developed, he developed, starting to put up some respectable numbers. And with some marquee players now to complement his skills out wide, a lot of people are looking for a trend upwards for Sam Darnold this year. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Darnold. This will be caught by Brown. The numbers for Antonio Brown in last week's ball game: 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. That was shades of Tennessee volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And an alley to run. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 18 carries, 128 yards.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 23 yards on the play.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Neville Hewitt on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, but, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Throwing here on third down, Darnold, a screen to Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now off the bootleg, Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And give him a gain of 37. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back now. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the spike.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. Darnold on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Darnold. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On the run, it's Fournette. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Fournette. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd? And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And New York set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
54. 54.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there. Back to throw, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Jacksonville, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.